Hey guys, welcome back to Big Speed Beer Reviews. So delighted to be here with you again. Once again, we're delving even deeper into the increasingly complex and interesting and evolving world of American sour beers. We're really getting into the thick of it now, and I mean that both figuratively and literally as far as the beer comes out, because today, from the folks at Brooklyn's Kings County Brewers Collective, we have Birthday Zombie Annihilation. Now, bear with me here just a sec. I'm going to have to read to you from the can to tell you all the incredible things that are in this sour beer. We have strawberry, blueberry, mango, guava, black raspberry, lemon, toasted oats, marshmallow, vanilla, milk sugar. My word. So this sounds really insane, and frankly it is. I love Kings County. I love the hazy stuff that they do. They're one of my favorite New York brewers. But when I saw this beer, I had to bring it to you guys because I think it really exemplifies a lot of the really cutting edge sour beers that you're going to see on the shelf at the bottle shop, where you have to start to parse out, what does it mean to have this many ingredients in a beer? And I think that we've built up to this point because if you think about the beers we've tried already, this isn't as complicated as it sounds. We start out with fruited sours, and there's a lot of fruit in here, but at the end of the day, it's just fruit added to sour beer. And then the next building block, we checked out smoothie sours with lactose, where there's a little bit of milk sugar in there to give you a little bit more body, a little bit creaminess. We've got that here. Then, when we were checking out the PB&J sour, we saw that, vanilla usually added with lactose. Also, you can add marshmallow in there to get a really thick, rich dessert type sour. So really just, it's fruit, and then it's all the stuff that's sort of built up through that chain of smoothie sours into a more dessert sour. Sweet elements, fruit elements, don't be too scared. And the toasted oats, it's going to add a little bit of body. We know that from checking out some of the stuff with New England IPAs that use oats. Also might add something of a kind of a pie character with those toasted oats in there. So we've built to this through the beers that we've already tried. So let's crack this one open and take a look. Hey, you guys will notice I didn't show this last time. I want to show it to you. You want to roll the can gently when you have this many heavy ingredients like marshmallow in it. You want it to evenly get in there, but notice not shaking. Not going to get a can bomb here. Nothing to be afraid of. Like I said, I love the hazies these guys do, but when I saw this crazy beer they had here, I had to bring it to you guys because pretty much everything Kings County does, I end up loving. So, oh boy. Let's take a look here. Well, you know what? KCBC, they have wonderful can art, and it certainly matches in terms of the color palette here. You can see it is a deep red. There's some red fruit in here with the strawberry and the black raspberry, and I think that's really showing up here. Very, very thick, although you notice we've got a nice uniformity of thickness. You don't want to see clumps at the bottom. That's why we roll the can. And look at that. In spite of everything in there, we've got a little bit of a fluffy head here. Bodes well for its beer-like characteristics. So that's what it looks like. Let's give it a smell. Now, as I've said in the past, when you're judging sour beers with this many ingredients, you're kind of going one of two ways, and that's to either try to be able to taste all the individual ingredients, or to see if you're getting something that sort of comes together to create an entirely new impression that's great on the sum of its parts. And I think we're going to have to go with the latter approach here because there are just too many ingredients. So the aromas I get right off the bat are pleasingly sour. I certainly get some lemon, but I get sour raspberry, sort of a general sour fruit juice aroma, which tells me again that this is going to have real beer characteristics to it. This is not going to be just an overwhelming mishmash of sweet flavors and heavy flavors. But again, the lemon is pleasingly up front and tells me I'm about to drink a sour beer. So let's dive right in. So this is not a beer that is going to stress you out about whether you've crossed the line into something that is no longer a beer. This is first and foremost a fruited sour ale. It has some body to it. I would say it's not as dry as just a plain fruited sour or some of the classic Belgian sour ale styles. But it's also not nearly as thick as the PB&J sour, or even, honestly, some of the other lactose-boosted beers that we've had. It still finishes with a medium light body, relatively dry, which I like, and it plays up the tartness of the fruits that are in here. I certainly get lots of strawberry, raspberry, And the mango also plays up in an interesting way. Mango we think of as a very sweet fruit, and most varieties of mangoes are, but sour mango is also a flavor that I like quite a bit. Beyond the mango, also getting some nice guava notes here. You know, guavas, if you tasted the actual fruit as opposed to the flavor and other things, is not as sweet as you might think that it is. It has a bit of a tartness to it that also plays up well here. And so in spite of everything, I'm getting the full gamut of the fruits that are involved here, and I'm able to pick them out, which is not something that I was expecting to be able to do. And I think that it's the lemon added to the sourness of the underlying beer that lets them shine through as a very fruit-forward beer. You know, I understand that there's marshmallow and that there's vanilla in here, but to be honest, I don't really taste it that much. It doesn't play up like a smoothie or like a dessert like I thought it would. Don't be intimidated by all of the ingredients on the can. You know, if you find something from a brewery you like, one of your locals that you trust, check it out and see if you can start to pick things out and see how the ingredients play together to affect the body and the thickness and the overall impression, because there's a lot of interesting stuff going on in the sour beer world right now. And, you know, if you see something that's interesting, just go for it. So really glad I checked this one out. Really glad I got to see you today. Well, as always, like, share, and subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you next time on the BBR. Bye now.